You can hit this big old bell for a bit of luck. And then flavors unleashed. Good morning, folks, and welcome to a beautiful spring day here in Wuhan. First day, we got some blue sky. Been here 8 days. This is the 8th day. No rain, no smog, not overcast. It's a bloody nice day. So, in honor of such a nice day, to make the most of such a nice day, we're gonna head to Wuhan's #1 landmark, the place we couldn't get into last time because literally tens of thousands of people were hoarding that place. That was when I went last year. I made the mistake of going during the May holiday. That was a mistake. Today is a normal working day, so there will not be massive crowds of people, but we are going to visit Wuhan's #1 landmark. It's on bowls of noodles. It's the #1 brand of cigarettes here. It's plastered on billboards and advertising. It's the Yellow Crane Tower. Ah.
Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning. 哟，你还会英语啊？
Yeah.
哪里学的？
小学。
小学还记得了？我高中都学了法语，我都不记得了。Bonjour， 哎呦，这里会。黄河老去过没？
去过。
觉得怎么样？觉得怎么样？
怎么样？
为什么武汉人都跟我说他们都反正本地人不去？
只在外面看一下就行，里面带电梯的。
好，谢谢。That being said, not everybody thinks it's great. My local shopkeeper there, who's a local guy, thinks it's nothing special. This kind of thing about the locals, don't go there. One of these days I'm going to get that shopkeeper to say something positive about one of the places here in Wuhan. I swear, one of these days. Well, folks, I've only just got off the subway and I can already see it through the trees. The Yellow Crane Tower. Last time we couldn't even get near it. There still seems to be a lot of people because, as I said, it's a major tourist attraction, but I'm confident we can get in this time. Although I have a knack of going for places and not getting in, so let's see. Last year, there was a queue of people from the entrance to the tower all the way along this little bridge, and we just couldn't move. The police were having to kind of let people through in groups, and then by the time I managed to actually get up to the ticket office, it just said tickets are all sold out. So if you come into China, check the public holidays because the most popular destinations will be insanely busy. Like, more busy than you can imagine. Holy hell, she's flexible. Looks like you can scan the QR code to buy a ticket. I'm guessing you need a Chinese ID card, so let me see if I can get in manually. 这可以买票吗？就一张。
护照有带吗？
护照带了。
这边的电话号码吗？
有。
手机号码报给我。
170。
一张成人票70。电话号码这边输一下。票了好。
可以了吧，是吧？好，谢谢。I managed to get my ticket, thankfully. This time a lot easier than last time. Although I did need my passport and a phone number. If I'm not mistaken, that says the most visitors they can have at capacity is just over 50,000, and today is sold 5,000. So holiday period was much different. It still seems pretty busy for a non-holiday day, to be fair, but as I said, if you're coming to Wuhan as a Chinese tourist and are only go to one spot, this is probably the spot. There are the cranes of which the tower gets its name. Well, for a fee, you can hit this big old bell for a bit of luck. go, he must be getting a lot of luck. There's this tower, so famous anyway. It actually started as kind of a watchtower, a military watchtower. So it originally wasn't a kind of touristy spot. It had military purposes, but over time there were kind of stories told about the tower, and some story about like a god who was seen riding a crane, hence the yellow crane part of the story. That's where the name comes from. So over time the tower lost its kind of military usage and seemed to attract a lot of poets and I guess other people who just wanted to experience the grand views of the city. Now this tower itself is not the original. It's not like the second most original. Have you ever heard that song? What's the one that goes, I get knocked down but I get up again? I'm sorry if I put that song in your head, but that's the story of these towers. They had the tower, they renovated it, it would get burned down. They'll build another one, one of them got struck by lightning and burned down. They built another one and it collapsed. Yeah, this one behind us was actually built in the 1980s. So it is a relatively recent addition to the Wuhan landscape after having been absent for I guess like around about 100 years when it burned down at the end of the Qing dynasty before they built it back up to what you can see behind us. Now a lot of the locals tell me they don't come here because they don't think it's worthwhile to queue and pay to see a building which was built in the 1980s and is largely made of concrete. I guess if it's made of concrete it's less likely to burn down than the old wooden ones, but yeah, we're not locals, so let's head on in. I think that's the queue for the elevator. A gift shop, of course. That's the bell. We were just standing over there. Now here on the third floor they've got some models of what the old tower would look like, city walls around it. And then there's a tower. That would have been one of the ones that got burned to the ground or destroyed in an earthquake or something like that. There's another model of one of the previous versions of the tower. And there's another one. That's what I'm talking about. This is the tower that wouldn't give up. Build one, destroy one. Build one, destroy one. The disgust with which that lady threw that fan back when she heard it was 30 kwai for one. Nope. Right, we made it to the top floor. So what can we see from the top of the tower? Red bridge across the Yangtze River is that, what was it called? Like Parrot Island Bridge. We walked across that way once. Across here is the Yangtze River original bridge, the #1 bridge. We've also walked from that Turtle Hill over this way. There's the Turtle Hill with the TV tower in the background, and we can't quite see the #2 bridge because it's obscured by buildings, but not by smoke today. I think we would be able to see it otherwise. But yes, this is the view from the mighty yellow crane tower. Well, we're out of the tower now. From the top of the tower, I can see there's some other structure past the bell. So let's head on up the steps and check that out while we're here. 有些字你能看懂吗？
有一些看得懂。
是吧？
哦，你来自哪里？
新西兰。
新西兰，中文说得很好哎。
说是会说，但是这些
会写中文吗？
简体字我会，但是这些这是古代的，
对我们都很难。
对你们很难的，我真没办法了。
但是确实很漂亮。
对啊。
这是秦那个小诗的那个李斯他们那个小传。
是吧？很有艺术感。
易山碑的这个。
哦。
然后这种是以书，看着像一个瘦老头，看见没有？像一个，这是一个寿字，一种花体的，然后。可能从中间你可能会看得像一个老寿翁一样的，它就是以书入画。我们这边过去的那种书法和绘画都用毛笔的，书画是同宗同源的，都是用那种线条来表现。
你是从哪里来的？
我本地的。
你是本地的？我听说武汉人都不这么来这里。
因为我是参加献血，给了一张优待证，上来
就来参观一下。
住在边上嘛，平常也来，家里有亲友来带他们。
对，
自己不会随便上来。
就可以理解。
毕竟门票很贵啊。
对呀。Well, that's it, folks. The Yellow Crane Tower and this nearby pavilion, which has got some kind of like cultural heritage and other artwork. What we might do is stick around a little bit, see what this place looks at nighttime, because I'm pretty sure they light the thing up pretty beautifully, but it's only lunchtime, so we'll need to wait a few hours. 你们刚刚去黄鹤楼吗？
回来了。
你觉得怎么样？
挺好的。
好玩吗？
挺好。
你们是这里的人吗？
不是。
是哪里的？
河北的。
河北的。你是专门过来玩吗？
对。您是哪国？
我新西兰的。
新西兰的。
你们那边有什么好玩的地方呢？
我们那边有好玩的地方。那个
我都没去过。
承德避暑山庄。
我没听过。
没去过呀？也是皇家园林，空气也好。
风景好。
气候呢？为啥叫避暑山庄呢？就是说，气候比较温和。也不是那么太冷，也不是那么太热，
是吧？你吃了这边的热干面没？没有，没
吃过。
走之前你可以试一下。还比较有名的。
我们是跟团的。
你们是跟团一起来的。
这伙食是他们安排的。
他们安排的。Hope our man goes to try some hot dry noodles. You can't come to Wuhan and not try hot dry noodles, even if you are coming with a tour group. I feel like there's a few more beggars and buskers than last year. Last year I hardly saw any. This trip I've certainly seen not as many as I used to see more than 10 years ago, but yeah, there's a few out and about. I mean, on average, still where I live in New Zealand, there's more. Just for comparison's sake. I can only compare it to New Zealand, West Auckland of New Zealand, but yeah. We don't have any buskers anymore. Just guys who ask for a meat pie or a few bucks change. Right, we're gonna get lunch. We're gonna go back to Hubu Alley, which is Wuhan's kind of most famous little food street. It's another one the locals tell me only outsiders, only people from not around here go there because it's overpriced and the flavors aren't the best, but there's a lot of food to choose from, so let's take a bite. There's barbecue meat, soup dumplings, fish, squid, meat skewers, noodles of all kinds, drinks.
Hello. 汤包，坐里面吃，20
好。I came to this shop last year and there was a little bit of a heated exchange between the boss and two of the workers. I see he's changed his staff since then. Call me boring, but this is the same stuff I had last year. It's expensive, but it's pretty good. These little soup dumplings. The soup inside, as soon as you bite it, bam! Got some spicy sauce and some vinegar to go with it. Might just wait for it to cool down just a touch. I'm just biting a little hole so the soup didn't come out. Little dip. Get some of that spice and some vinegar in there, and then flavors unleashed. 谢谢啊。Right, now that I have my lunch, hang out for a couple of hours and wait for the sun to set so we can check out this tower in its full glory at nighttime. Well folks, we're back at the Yellow Crane Tower now that it is nighttime. They are selling tickets to get in at night. I figured I'd try my luck and ask if my daytime ticket could get me in, but sadly, no. Nighttime tickets and daytime tickets are different, and I'll be damned if I'm paying to go in again. But let's have a wee wander up the road, see if we can get a better spot to have a look at the illumination of this tower in nighttime. That's the Yellow Crane Tower at night. I checked the ticket price, it's 120 to get up at night. And just over here, that's where we had our lunch. That's that busy little street, Pavilion, which is potentially doing even better business now that it's nighttime than it was during the day.